dollar has declined 9% since mid-January. 2/5 of that decline has occurred since April 1st.
This is what's so crazy to me, is your wealth, if you have any wealth at all, if you have an IRA, a savings account at the bank CDs, pension, security check, any wealth you have in this country outside of owning physical gold or real estate, and even those, the value of those is denominated in US dollars. And if that currency were to fail, you're going to be broke. I don't care how rich you are, because your wealth is denominated in US dollars.
Today on the Resilient Show, we have Ryan Wheless, who's the founder of Allied Wealth Management. Ryan is a financial strategist with deep insights into markets, policy impacts, and the real-world effects on business and families. We'll cover everything from crypto to tariffs, as well as what you will need to know about navigating today's current economy. Obviously, crypto has been hot.
I made $2 million in 10 months with Bitcoin.
5 years ago, I was actually a taxi driver.
There's plenty of, these crypto millionaires. They're all young. A lot of these guys are also broke now. I don't think all the money's been made in it. I think that Bitcoin probably hits $150,000 a coin probably the next 24 months, maybe 36 months. I could be wrong about that. It's a prediction, not guaranteed.
President Trump's made a lot of changes out the gate. What are some of the major changes that you've seen he's made that'll impact the U.S. economy?
I think the big ones is the shift towards deregulation.
Regulations. So it's a lot of regulations.
What begins to happen is you start in a situation to where the regulation is so rampant that I can't service people at certain account levels, because in order to help my existing client base, I've got to be in business. Anyone has to make a profit in a business to serve its client base. It's that simple. But this regulation made it so strenuous to where lower end of the market, who needs the most help, by the way, they weren't able to get help. And we're still fighting that to this day. If you get rid of that regulation, it opens up a lot more opportunity to help people. The thing is, man, is that when I stopped focusing on making money for me, and I started focusing on making the people around me achieve great things in their life. When you shift the focus of trying to go out and make money for yourself to focusing on making other people around you better and achieving the success you have, dude, the things that happen are just incredible. So deregulation is a very big thing, and it's also happening with the drill baby drill concept. Obviously, aggressive trade negotiations. The markets have been wildly volatile because of these trade negotiations.
Futures indicating a decline at the start of trading this morning. Take a look.
Trade deals are going very well.
I don't think a lot of people understand that China has taken major advantage of the U.S. in a way.
China is one of the worst abusers, if not the worst abusers of the global trading system.
If I make a widget here in the U.S., it's so much cheaper for me to make it in China than it is the U.S.
Yeah.
Right? If I'm selling a widget and you want to buy a widget, well, which widget are you going to buy? You're going to buy the cheaper one, especially if both of them do the exact same thing. People right now are terrified of the stock market.
The environment of today is an awful environment. It's an awful environment for an investor. It's an awful environment for anyone that's trying to trade this market.
Had a guy in the office recently, he wanted to completely get out of the stock market. And I said, listen, we have your portfolio divided into two buckets. We have your risk bucket, which is experiencing some market downturn right now. Now, not nearly as much as the market, but it's some, all right? And then we have your green bucket. Your green bucket is paying your retirement income. And so that $7,000 a month you need to live on, it's coming into your household regardless of what happens with the stock market, the economy, interest rates, elections, China tariffs. It doesn't matter. We've allocated you the right way, and that's part of being resilient. The reality is that a lot of what's happening is ultimately short-term noise, right? The market will continue to go up because our society is capitalistic. The important part of this is that right there still has to be valuable.
Right.
Because your wealth is denominated in that right there. And that's the disconnect I think some of us have. And so we get a little concerned, a little scared. I've heard people saying that, maybe I'm having buyer's remorse. Oftentimes, emotion takes over. And there's a whole thing we could do on what's called behavioral finance, where we abandon our investment plans. We get scared. We think it's the big one. We think that we're going to be poor. We're going to lose all our money, lose everything, right? So we panic and we sell. Who do we sell to? I'm the hedge fund guy. I got your money. That's the way Wall Street works.